I just love when Elizabeth Warren is on a news program and the host doesn't exactly stick to the usual script, which is throw softballs at Democrats. And here we have Andrea Mitchell asking Warren why the Democrats are supporting MAGA Republicans, because they are. Watch this.
So why are Democrats supporting and pouring money into their campaigns?
I believe that these folks are very, very dangerous.
Ooh, they're very, very dangerous. She didn't answer the question, if you notice. She was asked, why are Democrats supporting MAGA Republicans? And she turns around and goes, I believe these people are very, very dangerous. Then why are you supporting very, very dangerous people? And see, the answer really, she's not going to give it, but the answer is they made a huge miscalculation in that the Democrats believe that MAGA Republicans are reviled by all Americans, that they're evil. This is why they're going around calling them domestic terrorists, a threat to our republic. It's why Biden gave his pedo Hitler speech outside Independence Hall last week. He's saying that they don't abide by the Constitution, pretty much projecting everything the Democrats do onto the Republicans. And so Elizabeth Warren doesn't want to answer the question. The reason that they're supporting them, they're donating money and they're voting for them. Some are switching parties in the primaries just to help the MAGA ones to get through. And we're like, thanks. But they think that the MAGA candidates will be very easy to beat in the general. They don't seem to realize yet how angry and frustrated people are with what the Democrats have done to us. Forget since Biden's been in, but even before that with the lockdowns and mandates and all that, people are they're tired of it.
And we have got to make it clear by November that this choice between Democrats and Republicans really is the choice.
It is really the choice. Okay, so do you want to have $4 plus a gallon of gas? Right now it's a little low because we are less than 60 days actually from a midterm election. So Biden is taking oil from our reserves, which is supposed to be saved up for time of war for our military. So he's stealing from that to try to artificially lower the price of gas so that people go, oh gosh, it's under $4, so I guess I'll vote Democrat. I mean, think about it, how stupid they think you are. And then if they win the midterms in November, trust me, it's going to go beyond $4 again. We might see $5 or $6 a gallon. Now, what about 8.3%? Inflation. Are you happy with that? Do you like that? Do you think that the Republicans did that? The Republicans spent more than they should have when they were in control, but not like the Democrats. I mean, the Democrats spent us into oblivion. I mean, we may never get out of this. Well, it's going to take years for us to get out of this inflationary cycle. And I don't think they have the wherewithal or the discipline. I mean, think about it. The supply chain problems are still there. Do you think Pete Buttigieg is able to fix that? Do you really? Do you think that we're going to be able to compete with China after this crew is running our country? I mean, we have serious problems here. And rather than answering the question, she's doing a campaign commercial.
Between do you believe in an America where healthcare decisions are between a woman and her doctor?
Okay, what about healthcare decisions between a man and his doctor? How come she never talks about that? Well, because she's talking about abortion. Okay? That's the only thing that matters to Elizabeth Warren anymore. Do you remember recently during the Dobbs case when the Supreme Court overturned Roe? And she was out there, I am angry. I am livid. I'm going to do something. Ah. Remember when she freaked out, had a temper tantrum, and said that they were going to codify Roe? Well, they tried it. And Schumer actually put a bill up to codify abortion. And some of the progressives wanted to go way farther than others, and it failed miserably. And the point is that these people are members of the U.S. Senate. Chuck Schumer is the Senate Majority Leader, and he doesn't even understand that the Supreme Court in the Dobbs case just told him the federal government does not have a role in abortion. Now, why did they say that? Because there's 18 enumerated powers that are given to the federal government in the Constitution, and abortion's not in there. If it isn't in there, guess what? They don't have that right. Now, they can get an abortion law at the federal level, but they got to go through an amendment. An amendment is when you ask the states for permission to take a power that you don't have. They can't do that. Why? Because they know they'll never get the number of states that they need to ratify an amendment for abortion. They lied since 1973, telling us that the country was mostly pro-choice. No, it's not. It is not. And this just goes to prove it, because they will not try to get an amendment for an abortion law because they know it'll fail miserably. They'll never get it ratified. So instead, they lie to you and they make up things about Republicans. It's always, they don't say, well, vote for me because we're going to do this, this, and this. They just go, oh, don't vote for that guy over there because he's evil. He's terrible.
Or do you believe that Republicans in Washington should be making?
Yeah, the decisions that Republicans in Washington had nothing to do with overturning Roe. It was the Supreme Court that overturned Roe. Actually, it was the Constitution that overturned Roe. Okay? And what the Republicans believe in is actual democracy. See, the Democrats, they'll tell you that everything they disagree with, including humidity, is a threat to democracy. Okay? They don't even know what democracy is. Democracy is that people who live in states get to vote for their elected officials to do what they want them to do. And the majority of those votes get their way. That's democracy. The other side that loses is supposed to be humble, and they're supposed to then work harder at winning the next time. Okay? So what happens is, if enough people in a state vote enough elected officials in who are going to create abortion laws, well, then that's democracy. The pro-lifers got to work harder next time. By the same token, though, if the pro-lifers work hard enough and they get people elected that are going to ban abortion or put serious restrictions on it, guess what? That too is democracy, but that's not what the Democrats want. What Elizabeth Warren wants is a one-size-fits-all federal solution, and the Supreme Court told her you can't have it.
Making that decision. Do you believe in an America where we actually take on Big Pharma and beat them? Where we actually
take on Big Pharma and beat them? Didn't the Democrats just recently force corporations to fire their workers if they didn't take the jab? I mean, didn't they? Didn't Joe Biden fire a bunch of federal workers if they didn't abide by his mandate? I mean, isn't that the definition of fascism, when the government gets in cahoots with corporations and says, look, we got a little quid pro quo here. You help us control people and you'll make billions off the medicine. Isn't that what they did? So I call Bullstein where she says that they beat Big Pharma.
actually bring down energy prices, where we actually
Bring down energy prices? Is she kidding? They're killing the coal industry. Again, Obama did it, and now Joe Biden's doing it. I think they just shut down another big coal mine in West Virginia, screwing Manchin over. And think about that. Most people get your electricity through coal. They use coal at the plants to generate electricity in most places, not all, but most of them. And look what they did to the oil industry. Biden wrote all those executive orders on day one that just really destroyed our energy sector. I mean, and so now they're talking about, the Republicans are going to destroy our energy. They're the ones that have done all this.
try to make this country work better.
Try to make the country work better. Can anybody tell me when the country was better because of Democrats? No, not in my lifetime anyway. I mean, Elizabeth Warren just went through an entire segment and did not answer the question. All right, thanks, guys. I just wanted to throw that rant out there. You guys have a good night. Check back often. We're going to do live feeds. We're going to read off some of the stories that we write at rpwmedia.com. Hit the subscribe, hit the like. That helps us out. And hit the bell to get notifications. Thanks. Peace out. Bye.